Dan, the light is out on the pace car. I don't know about you, but I'm ready for 150 laps here at Nashville.
It's going to be exciting. You need to tighten them belts, and I'm sure that's what them spotters are telling these drivers right now.
Well, it'll be Sean Case, Jamie Hayes on the front row. Right behind them, Matt Kovaluk in the 40 car, Ruben Pardo in the 22. And let's hope for a clean start here as the pace car about ready to pull down onto the pit lane. There it goes. And the start now in the hands of the 44 of Sean Case. Fans are on their feet.
Yeah, ready. Ready. Green, green, green. Outside. 52 outside. Still there. Still outside. Still clear outside. Clear outside.
Great start again for Sean Case. You're listening to his spotter. And Jamie Hayes did not get a very good start there on the outside. He and Kovaluk are side by side as we come along to complete lap number 1 here in the Music City 150.
Now, the tough thing about Jamie Hayes, he's stuck up on that outside groove. He's got to get down. What he should have tried to do is get down and close the door to the 40 car Matt Kovaluk to get that preferred line. But he's running that outside line. If he finds a happy home there, he may be good here tonight at Nashville.
First 8 cars are all now nose to tail, single file. As you heard Sean Case say, taking care of tires is going to be premium here tonight. 150 laps. You only get the 4 tires you start the race on. The only way you can change is if you have a problem. And if you have a problem, you're probably like a flat tire or something, you're probably not going to win the race anyway. So tire management is going to be the name of the game here. Look at Kovaluk. A couple of laps in, he's getting a little racy on the inside, isn't he?
You got him. Still inside. Just the door. Back to your corner. There's the hole behind the 40 if you choose for it.
Not much of a hole, though, as Hayes right on the rear quarter panel of Sean Case and Matt Kovaluk now out in front. Boy, Kovaluk was flying in practice today, and look at that. He's got a couple car length lead already after getting by the pole sitter, Sean Case. And now here comes Hayes trying to make a move on the inside.
Yep, Matt Kovaluk, too. He, like I said, Mike, he was strong in practice. He's excited. But this is Matt Kovaluk's racetrack. He loves these kind of racetracks where they're aggressive, high banks. You throw the car down in the corner. You have to manhandle it to the center. A lot of bumps on this racetrack. As you see, they go right through the center of the corner here. It's very, very bumpy on that left side. It's almost like rumble strips. This track is very, very rough on the bottom of the racetrack. Coming off at turn 2, as you come off the corner exit there, this is turn 1. As you see exits off 2, there is a big bump down on the bottom of the racetrack. You do not want to be stuck on the bottom side or you get turned around real easy.
Well, it's Kovaluk, Case, Jamie Hayes, Ruben Pardo, Tim Andrews, and Jeffrey Earnhardt in the top 6. And the Hayes is still trying to make a move on Casella. Rounding out the top 10 with Kevin Light, Peyton Sellers, Mike Olson, and Brian Chu has made a nice move up the racetrack to get into that top 10. Joey Logano, by the way, the points leader. Wonder where he is. He has dropped down to 12th.
Yep. Look at Jamie Hayes right to the bottom side of the racetrack, able to drive under young Sean Case. His car's starting to work down on the bottom of the racetrack. That's what it's going to take, about 10 or 15 laps to get some heat in these tires and really see what kind of race car you got there.
The guy that's losing ground, you see that white car on the inside? That's Ruben Pardo. Pardo out of Mexico City. Actually won a race at Lime Rock last year. All those fits. The owner on that car. There's Hayes now putting a little pressure on Kovaluk. We told you about Jamie. Donnie Richardson, veteran, who's been here before with guys like Darrell Waltrip. He'll be crew chief for at a racetrack like this. This is a racetrack that hosted some 42 Nextel Cup events. Richard Petty won 9 times at this racetrack.
Lots and lots of history, Mike, like you say, at this facility. There's so many drivers, Sterling Marlin, the Green family that were born and bred here, small trips. I mean, just a ton of good race car drivers that were born and bred here, cut their teeth at Nashville.
And look at Hayes. Hayes trying to make a move for the lead right here. Trying to get inside Matt Kovaluk, and Jamie Hayes, who has not led a lap in this series, is going for it right now here at 12 laps into the event.
Hayes able to keep that race car right down on the bottom of the racetrack, Mike, and that's what we talked about. So important here at Nashville to keep it hugging that left line.
You know, you talk to so many of these guys and they say, hey, don't want to get real racy early. We got to save the right front, the tires. You got to save the tires at the end of the race. And here we see side by side the battle for the lead. Kovaluk and Jamie Hayes. Matt Kovaluk won at South Boston this year. Two of the new tracks on this circuit, South Boston and Nashville. As this series now becoming the East Series, formerly the North Series. So Matt Kovaluk just giving up the lead to Jamie Hayes, who's leading for the first time as a driver in the NASCAR Busch Series.
Jamie Hayes, you know, he's had quite the roller coaster ride this year. He just had some bad luck fall his way, but unfortunately for him tonight, he's making the best out of it.
Now, his best run has been at South Boston, where he was 6th. Well, a gaggle of cars there, and including Sean Case, who has dropped down to 6th. We saw Peyton Sellers a moment ago. He is up to 5th. There's Ruben Pardo getting passed by Tim Andrews. That's the battle for 3rd place. And right now, Andrews owns it, but Pardo out of Mexico alongside him. Tim Andrews, you talked about Paul Andrews, his dad, Tim Andrews, the driver of that 9 car. Normally the spotter on Sundays for Kyle Petty in the Nextel Cup Series, but the series is off this weekend, so father-son have gone racing. And Tim Andrews, who spots for Kyle Petty driving, and Paul Andrews, who's normally the crew chief for Bobby Labonte in the 43 car from Petty Enterprises during the Nextel Cup season, on the pit box today for his son. Well, he got hung out to dry a little bit with Tim Andrews.
Yeah, he did. He kind of backed up a few positions. Actually drove in the wheel in the side of Ruben Pardo's right side door, and I think he said, hey, it's a little bit young. We get here too racy right now. Let me get back in line, get single file, let this thing sort out for a while.
Well, very quickly we have seen who has it and who doesn't, and right now Matt Kovaluk and Jamie Hayes are two that have it. But Hayes now has like a 12-car length lead over Matt Kovaluk. Boy, does he have a strong car here tonight.
He does. Car's just flawless. It's really working well, and just able to turn down there on the bottom of the racetrack is so important. A track like this, again, keep that car turning. Donnie Richardson really put a good setup underneath him, and boys worked hard. That car's turning right now. He's just got to take care of them tires. The whole key here at Nashville is to take care of tires.
There's Joey Logano in the 20, your points leader, and look at the battle for ninth. That's Jeffrey Earnhardt in the 1. You may notice that car is a little different color than it was a week ago. This is actually one of Dale Jr.'s former Bud cars. You can see the red trim on it, just different decals on that number 1 car. Jeffrey Earnhardt, the son of Terry Earnhardt, grandson of the legend Dale Earnhardt. That's quite a battle now with Joey Logano. I gotta wonder what's going on with Joey Logano. He has just not been able to get up and compete with the leaders tonight. Right now battling for 9th place, and that's very un-Joey Logano-like.
Really it is, Mike. Talking to Joey, he said, I don't have the feel for the car. I'm not sure what it is, but we just can't hit it. I don't have the right combination. He knew before the race started. He said, I don't think I got a winning car. If we play it right, I can get up there in the top 5 and work. But as a driver, you got to have that driver feel. You got to have that special feel. It may be control arm change. It may be shocks. It may be springs. It's just one of those things where it just takes time, and they did not have enough time to make all the changes here tonight to get the 20 car Joey Logano working the way that Joey really likes it.
Logano now in
61.
9th place.
Mike Olson hits the wall off corner exit there. Tough break for Mike Olson. It started there off of turn 4, Mike. It just looks like they got together, and he just kind of pinched on that outside.
And remember, he was 2nd in points coming into this race. Caution out for the first time tonight. And it's for one of the really strong cars in this field, Mike Olson, with a tough break. He hit the wall hard in 4 and has come to a stop at the entrance to turn 1. Let's see again what happened.
Just on the outside. Looks like he gets a little loose and just loses the back of the race car. Not sure if the car behind him, Brian Chu, got into him or not. Not sure if he touched him or what, but don't look like there's any damage on the rear bumper of Mike Olson, so possibly just got a little loose off of turn 4 there, and nothing you can do.
Heavy damage on the right front, under caution for an accident involving the number 2 man in points, Mike Olson. We'll be back to Nashville in a moment.